Good day, God bless you. Welcome back, guys. My name is Zach, and this is episode 40 in the Self Mastery series. Recapping the last few days, I've been making some videos and some shorts and stuff, and but I haven't went live since like Sunday night, and it is Wednesday evening. So back to work tomorrow. So I have been working hard and doing okay. So let's just recap. Monday was my 5 by 1,000 meter repeats with 2 minute rest in between. So if you saw that video, I was at the gym at work. I was on the treadmill. I ran the 1 kilometer and then I took a 2 minute rest and I did that 5 times. I was pouring in sweat. I'm still learning my paces. I think I could have ran a little faster on those, but I'm getting it figured out. So I'm doing my coffee and my cardio and my one meal a day. And during my work days, my 4 on, it's almost flawless because it's so easy to go all day without eating because I'm at work all day. And then I get home and, I work out and then I get home and eat my one meal and I go to bed. I'm just so shot. But on my days off, I'm okay. So last 4 off, I ate like lunch and dinner, like 2 or 3 of the 4 days off and gained a few pounds back, which wasn't a big deal. I wasn't too bummed out about it. It came right off as soon as I went back to omad and did a couple workouts. So, I'm just trying to get my habits, my goals, my values, and my actions. And I've even adding my thoughts, keep my thoughts in line with my values. Don't even let your mind stray too far because for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing the captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. So it's in reverse order there. Stronghold, high thing, and thought. So the thought becomes the high thing, becomes the stronghold. So it starts off with a thought, and that thought, when you don't bring it into obedience to Christ, and you're, being that those are my core values, then it becomes a stronghold in my mind eventually, and that's where you fail. So that's when you're going to have negative habits when you let negative things like that enter your mind, and you're going to have positive habits when you allow it. So those thoughts keep in line with your values. Just quick, other workouts besides my running, because I'm not really like pumping iron super hard right now, but I have a jump rope at work. I have stairs at work. And I'm just adding in. So I just wrote down 4 like super efficient lung health, our cardio health, aerobic function improving workouts that are really high speed. So jumping rope, climbing upstairs, doing like offset workouts where you carry like, say, for me, maybe a 40-pound dumbbell in one hand. I think it's called the farmer's walk, where you carry a weight in each hand. Or is it the lumberjack walk? Something like that. Let's say you had a 40-pounder in each hand. We put one in one hand, and it really forces your body to counter that and figure that out, and works a lot of extra muscles and really improves lung function. And then pushing and pulling workouts like dragging a sled or pushing a sled. And so those are some workouts I'm trying to get in. The jump rope and the stairs are very easy. I can do those almost anytime. So I'm noticing, I have a note here that my omad starts to slip on my days off of work. So my first day off of work this week, what days did I have off? I had Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. Sunday, I was good. Did my long run on Saturday after work. And then Sunday, I just stayed busy and I ate my omad and everything was fine. Then Monday, I stayed busy all day. I didn't eat during the day at all. I did my sprints, my 5 by 1,000 repeats. I ate my omad, and then I ate a little bit later too, like a little snack. I'm not eating anything super bad or nothing on that day, just like past my 1 hour. And because I'm not falling asleep as easy, because I wasn't on my feet all day. I don't get as many steps in on my off days. Even going running today was a tempo run, and I still only got like 7,100 steps in. I mean, sometimes I get double that many steps just at work before I even go do my workout. So my omad is starting to slip on my days off. So I want to take steps to get that in check. So I'm trying to come up with some ideas, and I really don't want to blab them all out yet because I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And then, but I am looking into just reevaluating, try harder, step it up. Like just, I'm not falling down, I'm just not excelling. So that's a step in the right direction, right? So I'm training, I'm working out, I'm eating good food, and I'm just eating maybe too many calories. Let's just call it. No matter what you do, if you're eating too many calories, it's too many calories. And so that's why that OMAD works good for me, because I can only eat like 2,000 calories in 1 hour. You're just so stuffed, you really can't eat much more than that. And then if you just stick to it, that's the 1 hour you get to eat. And then I'm going to be at a definite calorie deficit. I think on average, my watch says I have about 3,000 calories a day, about 2,400, 2,300 on my basal metabolic rate. And then, 800, calories burned on my working out. So I did the 5x1,000 repeats on Monday. So then Tuesday I stayed busy, although I ate a little bit too much. I maintained my weight though. I haven't gained any weight on these 4 days off. And then today was my tempo run. So if you saw that video, I just posted a few hours back. I did a warm-up mile, then a 20-minute harder run, and then a cool down. My heart rate was up into the mid 150s for the 20-minute tempo run. So that was about right, because that was a harder workout. Next week's tempo run is more of a moderate tempo run, and I wouldn't want my heart rate to be up that high because it'll be running for about twice as long. So I do notice that with the running, I do have increased appetite. So today I worked out like before lunch. Yeah, way before lunch. And then did a couple things after that. And I was so shot and overheated, and it was super hot in the workout room. I was absolutely just matted. This shirt was just stuck to me, sweaty. Got in my car, got some air conditioning on me, got some water, got home, took my shower, cooled off, and I went out for lunch at noon. And I ate a little bit of watermelon before that even. I was just so drained that I couldn't wait till 7 to get my one meal in. So I ate a half of I had bought a really small, like personal watermelon, and I weighed it before I ate it, and I weighed it after. And then I looked up how much calories worth of watermelon I ate, and it was about 400 calories. And I felt way better after eating that. I still felt tired, but I didn't have that. I was just drained. And so the watermelon really lifted me up. And then I went out for lunch and had some beef pho. And that was about 900 calories. So I was at 1,300 calories. And so I don't think I'm going to be at a calorie deficit today, because I'm still going to make some lunch here. It's like 5:30. So like in an hour, I'm going to make my chicken. And and maybe I'll just skip the rice and just try to keep any cheating down to a minimum to 0. So pushing it, keep trying, keep reevaluating, keep making an everyday resolution, and just try harder. And I had some olives too. I had it written down. My jalapeno garlic Greek olives. I don't know. I ate probably like 8 of those things, or no, there's not as many calories as I thought. And those are some healthy fat anyway. So it was only about 100 calories there. So there was like 400 in the watermelon, about 900 in the pho, about 100 in the olives. So yeah, I'm only at like 1,400. So even if I ate like 600 calories of chicken, where would that put me? That put me right at 2,000. And that would be a decent deficit for the day, because I am at 2,573 calories needed so far. That'd put me at a 500. So that would put me at about 1,000 calorie deficit. And then depending on how much I cheat. So back to work tomorrow. So 4 days of work, and really focusing on that 1 hour window. So just committing myself to get it all right there. Get my workout in. There's just no time on my work days. I really got to figure out something to do on my off days. I should probably get married and have kids, because that'll just keep you busy. You know what I mean? And do some camping. God, I'm gonna write that down, to go camping on my next 4 off. Camping next 4 off because I can bring just enough food for my one meal, and there I won't have any more, and I'll be miles away from civilization. That is a great idea. I'm gonna seriously look at doing that. It's about a 4-hour drive to get up where I like to go, and then I could do maybe like either 2 or 3 nights. That might mess up my half marathon training. Not too bad though. I could go for a run the night before I leave, then go for 2 nights, and then drive back and go for a run the next day. Yeah, that would still work out. I just have to run 3 days a week. Sprints, tempo, long. If I was going to miss any of the runs, I would probably not want to miss the long run every week. So it would probably be the worst one to miss would be the long one. I mean, being you're training for a half marathon. All right, guys. Get started. You got to fail to win. If you're not starting and you think you're not failing, you are failing. You're just failing to start. And you think, oh, I haven't been defeated because I haven't fought. It's like, man, you are whipped if you haven't fought. If you're the kind of person that's like, I'm in, I'll do it, I'm in. And then you're never in and you never do it. And you buy 10 books and read none of them. And you say you're going to do 10 things and you do none of them. And you say you're going to go on a fast for 5 days and you don't fast for 1 second. And it's just always a quitter, always a loser, always I'm going to do it some other day. Oh, I had good intentions and you never do it. Man, I understand. I totally get it. I've been there. I've done all those things. But eventually you got to read those books and go on those fasts and go for those runs and do the things that you wouldn't have said you're in to do them in the first place, or I'm going to start Monday, or it's going to be my New Year's resolution. You wouldn't have said any of those things if you didn't know it wasn't the right thing to do. You know it is. So eventually you just have to convince yourself that you're not as big a loser as you think you are. And I believe you think that about yourself, and because that's why you don't do it. You don't do it because you're covering it. It's like you're trying to hide the fact that you can't do shit, but you can. You just have to go for it. So gonna wrap it up, guys. That was episode 40 already in the Self-Mastery series. So welcome to the I bumped up some advertising yesterday and I got like 350 new subscribers yesterday. So welcome to the channel, guys. Please hit that notification bell. Go back and watch the Healthy, Wealthy, Happy series where I lost 36 pounds, rotating out 4 days of fasting with 4 days of different types of dieting. And I didn't really follow through with it. And I gained about 15 pounds of it back. And then now I'm doing the running and the OMAD, and even with some cheating, of that 15 pounds, I've lost like 10 pounds of it back. So down. So I'm at like 245. I'm maintaining a 25-pound weight loss so far this year. It's already August, September, October, November, December. So I'm really hoping to lose like 15 to 25 more pounds this year. But all I've really done in the last like 4 months is maintain that 25-pound weight loss. So obviously I'm going to have to step up my game, and it's no big mystery. Just take away all the bull, guys, and be honest with yourself. And I'm going to be honest with myself. And, obviously I'm eating too many calories. I'm eating too often. I'm eating too many carbs. I'm not in a calorie deficit. And, there's all kinds of opinions out there, whether you're on this one, that one, carnivore or OMAD or keto or vegetarian or vegan, or, there's pros and cons. There's, I know people out there believe that like being a vegetarian is the healthiest thing and meat's terrible for you. And there's people out there that believe the exact opposite, that vegetables have plant toxins in them and meat is what we're designed to eat, as the word of God states. And, so there's arguments on both sides. So I'm not even trying to make those arguments. That's not what this channel is about. This channel is about whatever you do, let's do it and get the results for yourself. I mean, do your own research. Don't sit there and say my diet's the best. We don't know. And besides, if blood type changes your diet, if race changes what your ultimate best diet should be, could be affected by your blood type, your race, your sex, your your origin, where your people, where your ancestors are from, what they ate. I'm pretty mixed up nationally, but I'm different types of European. I know that. And based on my blood type, maybe some Mongolian and Italian. As far as looking so white, I know I'm a lot German on my mother's side. And, so if those things affect what I should be eating for optimal health, and what is optimal health, to me, a big part of that is, feeling good, having, less pain in your body, living to be an old age, but not just living to be an old age, living to be an old age and being functional, like male sexual health, functioning into old age is something I long for. And so I'm looking forward to enjoying that for decades to come. And, so those are some of the things that I believe are what is healthy, what is longevity, feeling good, looking younger than you are. I pretty much, I look closer to my age than I have my whole life. Like even when I was 20, people thought I was 15, and when I was 30, people thought I was 20. And even when I was 40, I got carded for a scratch off ticket by like a 16-year-old girl. And you only have to be 18 to buy a scratch off ticket. And now I'm 51 and people tend to believe I'm closer to my age now. But look, I even have a pimple, and it's like, I do usually get that I look significantly younger than I am, even if it's only in the mid 40s now. At least it's younger than I actually am. And, reducing body fat, body fat is not going to keep you alive a long time. You can have some body fat. If you look at studies that have been done at, who lives the longest as related to body fat, and it's mostly people that were thin their whole lives and gained just a little bit of weight, let's say starting at age 50 or 55, and just gained a few pounds as they went into their 70s and 80s and 90s, and just had like, it's almost like the healthy baby fat, not any kind of obesity at all. Just, went from low end BMI to middle BMI to even on the higher end of the healthy BMI. So for me, it's like, I need to lose a significant amount of weight. I already don't qualify that I'm going to live the longest because I haven't been thin my whole life. But, having said that, there's really not a lot of research as far as like how long do people live that were 300 pounds for 10 years and then 250 pounds for 10 years and then got their weight down to a healthy weight range in their 50s and then, maintained a healthy weight and active lifestyle into their 60s and 70s and 80s. How, what is the life expectancy of people in that range? And, that kind of research is just never going to be done because there's not enough of a control group. There is control groups as far as like, let's say somebody that gets diabetes and takes care of it compared to somebody that never gets diabetes. Like, let's say I was 315 pounds and let's say my body would have just not gave in. My pancreas would have kept pumping out the insulin and my cells would have kept receiving the sugar, and I would have just gained to 350 to 400 or 450 to 500. People that actually get the diabetes and get it under control live longer than the people that don't even get the diabetes, because then it's like you don't have this big awakening and this shift in, considering, you are going to have a shift and take care of yourself, not get on shots and pills and shit that's going to poison you even worse. Because people do get diabetes and die within a year. If you just completely ignore it and drink alcohol and eat bread and pasta and just blow it out, your blood sugar damages, high blood sugar damages every cell of your body, every cell in your brain, every cell in your eye, every cell in your heart, every cell in your kidneys, every cell in your lungs, every cell in your liver, every cell in your pancreas, every cell in everywhere, so that's why diabetics have such wide ranging issues from, ED to blindness to amputations of limbs, from neuropathy to just all of them, because the sugar is harming all your cells. Unlike, other diseases that are more zeroed in. But at the same time, you can cleanse every one of those cells out at the same time as well when you reverse your diabetes and drink some water and clean your body out and get some workouts in and do the right thing. So, I'm happy I got it. It was one of the greatest things that ever happened to me. Just talking about male performance, it has skyrocketed for me, 10,000%. I didn't even know what the problem was before. And, so sometimes it's nice to have a rude awakening, and it can be a benefit to your life. So I'm looking forward to getting back to work in the morning and having my new day's resolution and stepping up my game. And just by the way I felt today, as far as how weak and depleted I was after my workout, I don't feel like there's any way I can do like the 0-carb omad. I was talking about possibly in the beginning of the month going to a steak a day or some bacon a day diet with a bunch of salt and sodium, because you're going to lose weight so fast it's going to flush you out of water, and which is going to flush you out of all your electrolytes. So you really got to eat some salty meat. So bacon is just kind of pre-built. It's got the 80% fat, the moderate protein, and the high sodium. And even though it's pork, it's kind of, for massive weight loss, it's a gold mine. So I might try something like that though after my half marathon, October 21st, and then I'll be gone all of November in the Philippines. And then maybe when I come back, kick off the new year with something like that in January. So we'll look forward to something like that. So for tomorrow, it's wake up and rededicate myself, drink my 1 cup of coffee, drink my warm water. I've been drinking more warm water than cold water. Not hot, but just warm. Seems to really hit your stomach, hydrate you, and kind of makes me feel more like you ate something than just drank water for some reason, that being it warm. So all right, guys, thank you so much to all the new subscribers. If you're new to the channel and you're just finding me because of some keyword you looked up, welcome to the channel. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that notification bell. To all my new subscribers, welcome to the channel. I would love it if you would consider to join the channel for as little as 99 cents a month to help support what Zachariah Patterson is doing, attempting to influence every single human being on earth in a positive way, whether it's through weight loss or the reaching out of the ministry by the Spirit of Jesus Christ, or feeding hungry people across America and across the world. It is all part of my plan to just be a servant of God and be somebody where at my funeral they say, he was a giving guy, he was a sharing human being, he wanted to help other people. Whether I'm good at it yet or not is debatable, but I plan on being very good at it. And maybe I'll make some videos and I'm just showing my generosity and how I enjoy being kind to people. And Jordan Peterson has a book, 12 Rules for Life, and one of the rules is pet a cat when you see one in the street. And it's a lesson about just doing what you know to be the right thing, not knowing if the cat's going to run up to you and let you pet him, if he's going to stand there and stare at you, if he's going to run away, if he's going to scratch you or bite you, to just, hey, so some man kind of yelled out at me today in my car, and I had my window down so he knew he could hear me. I could hear him. And I was like, okay, yes, I understand. I had driven in a wrong area. And I said, I just got to turn around. And I turn around to leave. And I'm like, well, let me just be cool and just, wish him a nice day. So I just said, have a nice day, and I was assuming he would say, thank you, you too. And he didn't say anything. And he kind of just kept his head down. And I know he could hear me because we had already spoke. And I was even closer now. And then when I got about 100 yards away, I heard him talk some more, blah, blah, blah. And I thought to myself, wow, in the past, that would have really got me. Like I might even, I think, like 20 years ago, I'd have threw the car in park, got out and yelled, what did you say? And instead, this time I just kept driving away and turned around the corner and I saw his work vehicle. And, I was like, oh, he's, having a bad day. And maybe he doesn't enjoy his work. And maybe, you just don't know. His marriage fell apart. He doesn't see his children. Who knows, right? Like, I'm not going to judge somebody, and I'm just showing the difference of it's your perception. People think like, oh, you made me mad. It's like, well, I didn't make that guy mad, whatever his day was, but it's we all do it. It's you are in control. Like I could have let that guy ruin my day, and a lot of people do and don't recognize it. They get on Facebook and go off. That guy, whoever was that cut me off on 169, and it's like I'm sitting there reading these comments about my friends and family. I just pray for them, and like, man, it's sad you're in that spot. But it is hard to identify. When you see it in yourself, it becomes easier to see in other people. But it's not so useful to see in other people. You really just have to see it in yourself. You have to be honest and open and willing. And I have nothing to prove to you, and that's why I can be honest with myself. And when you realize you have nothing to prove to me, maybe you can be honest with yourself and say, I chose to be angry and I chose to be disrespected. Like if somebody intends to disrespect you, but you take no disrespect, were you disrespected? Somebody tries to piss you off, but you don't get pissed off. Did you get pissed off? Like it's kind of it's a bad example, but you see what I'm getting at. Like you're in control. Like, oh, you made me feel. My feelings are real. Yeah, your feelings are real. Your emotions are real, and you are in control of them. If you don't believe you're 100% in control of your emotions and your feelings, then at least believe you can heavily influence them in a positive way if you would choose to do so. So, okay, I got a little sidetracked there, guys, but I'm hoping somebody out there needed that and they hear it later on. I don't think I even had any live viewers on this stream, maybe one. But God bless us, guys. A lot of crazy stuff going on in the world, but it's all part of God's plan, or at least God's plan is going to come to fruition, and it's just the way it is written, and it can't be stopped. No one can defeat it. At the end of the book, he wins. His followers win. And so let's jump on board with Jesus because he loves you. I love you. And I will catch you guys in the next episode.